The online racing network proudly presents The Core Season 3. We're coming to you live from Martinsville Speedway for the JIMMAY 250 here from Martinsville, sponsored by Michael Marutz. And we have an announcement from him to make in a little bit here tonight. Jacob Hitz, Trace Ryder, Cody Workman down on pit road as normal. And Trace, we were here for the doozy that was Lanier. 18 cautions, broke a core record. That was 2 weeks ago. Last week we were at CTMP. Things were a little bit cleaner. What do you think about tonight? Are we going to be able to contain ourselves and keep the cautions to a minimum? Or are we going to need that record book and we're going to write something new in it tonight?
Well, if you remember at Lanier, the whole first stint was green. So it depends on how patient these guys are going to be coming out of the gate. But I'm not terribly optimistic that we won't see at least a handful of cautions tonight, just because of how tight and how flat the track is. I would assume there's going to be a couple bumper bites here and there, but we'll see how it goes. You know, if they keep it cleaner, we might only see 1 or 2, but if they get a little trigger happy, we might wind up with 7, 8, 900 cautions.
But now we know from experience at Lanier and even at Iowa a little bit that Michael Cozy Jr. to short track racing is like Mercedes to Formula One. They're dominant and they win a lot. I know it's a little early prediction. We've seen a little bit of competition for Cozy so far. If things go his way tonight, like Lanier and not like Iowa, do you think Cozy has a chance to win 3 in a row? 3 in a row? English?
Absolutely. Cozy. The one thing that Cozy has above all else is consistency. He can show up to any track and pretty much be in contention to win the race. And I wouldn't say Martinsville's any different. And short tracks are his specialty, from what we know about Cozy. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's in victory lane at the end of this thing.
Have to see what happens. Qualifying has just come to an end. And before we get to the grid, quick announcement. This comes from Michael Marutz, the guy that's sponsoring this race tonight. He will be back on track with the core next week at Michigan in the number 48 car. So he'll be joining the rest of the gang out at Michigan a week from tonight. He will be on the racetrack making his first core start of Season 3. Michael Marutz is joining the car, and we'll see him next week at Michigan. Now, before we get things underway, one final check on pit road with Mr. Cody Workman. What you got for us, Cody?
Hey guys, well, if you remember last week on the final laps at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, we had some really aggressive racing between Justin Champagne and Kyle Cusperson. However, those two have contacted each other within the past week, and it seems that they have settled their differences. The first half of that instance, Kyle Cusperson, he's been pretty much one of the big underdogs the entire season, and his goal tonight is just to do the same thing that he's been doing all season pretty much. Keep the car clean, make little mistakes as possible, and then be up there towards the top of the leaderboard for a chance of a good finish at the end. And then Justin Champagne, his recent short track success has been pretty good. Remember, he had a good run there at Iowa. And then Lanier, he was up there battling with Cozy before making an untimely pit stop and was never able to recover. But he feels that he can get a stage win, maybe even a race win tonight. Sloppy Joe, man, he has been having a downward trend. Lanier, he got spun and finished towards the back there. And then Canadian Tire Motorsports Park ended up leaving the race last week just from the amount of troubles and frustration with a little road course experience. However, he's not terribly worried, but he says that he's just got to be smart and patient. And then, of course, race favorite Michael Cozy Jr. And I kind of asked him sarcastically, like, hey, how much do you think you're going to win by tonight? And he's like, I'm absolutely not thinking that way, not assuming anything. His goal is just to try to get the most out of the car as usual. But as far as his chance for winning, he is very confident. And overall, I've asked some of the drivers, and we can extend this into the core audience tonight. There are 3 things that people may be running out of tonight on the racetrack: patience, talent, and hot dogs. But don't worry, gentlemen, I got us 3 dozen hot dogs, so we're in for a show.
Sounds good, Workman. We will fly through this starting lineup here pretty quickly because, these guys are coming to 1 to green. So, right now, what do we got? It's Cozy and Cadell on the front row. Jonathan Cadell, new driver to the series. He is making his first career start tonight. He starts on the outside front row. Then in third, Travis Brown. He's making his first start of the season. It's been a while, but here he is. Michael Frisch on his outside. Then row number 3, drive-through in the 77. Cosmet on his outside, looking to get the monkey off his back from Lanier. Then Gary Owen 7th, Ben Easterday 8th, Keenan Kusan 9th, Kyle Cuthbertson in 10th, 11th, Joey Stone, 12th, KG, 13th, Rusty Walrus, Cody Hicken in 14th, 15th, Justin Champagne, Lowell's in 16th, and here we come down to the green flag. I can't believe I got through it. Green flag is in the air. We're underway at Martinsville.
And here we go down into turn 1. Michael Cozy Jr. getting the shot. Let me get into the lead into town. Well, I guess I'll just shut up now because there he goes into the lead. Every time I try to doubt him, he winds up just telling me to shut. It's like he's got the radio in his car right now.
He just
Cozy jumps
right
out
on
the
by.
lead. Unsurprising. Now we're going to see if he can manage that. Oh, they're wrecking.
Oh, who? Oh, Sloppy.
Keenan.
Sloppy and Keenan Kusan, and the caution's out for the first time tonight.
Not a good sign.
So Sloppy here is behind Kusan coming off of turn 4, and Keenan just drops it. Trying to hang on to the car, and Cuthbertson runs into the back of him. Sloppy runs into the door of Kusan. Champagne also makes contact. He bounces off of Cuthbertson, although that was net code, so not a lot of damage, but still some nonetheless. Here's another replay. Heading down into turn number 3, and we are under caution for the first time tonight.
Looks like a case of cold tires and trying to do too much too fast. And
Maybe. I mean, it is so
also
tough.
got in here late. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He
tough.
also got into this late, so doesn't have a whole lot of practice under his belt, so he might have just got a little excited and just dropped the car.
It's so tough getting off the corners without like killing yourself, like what Keenan just did. Actually, Cuthbertson completely went around, headed for turn 1. In fact, we'll go on board here with the 99 if we can. Here we go. It's so difficult to get off the corner and not drop the car when you're trying to be full throttle as best you can. You're right. This being his first laps, really today, that's going to hurt Keenan a little bit, and just got a little too wibble-wobbly there coming off the corner. Couldn't save it, and unfortunately for him, he had the whole pack behind him when he went around.
And, well, I guess I'm going to dive into 1 dozen of these hot dogs, because we're off to a great start.
I tell you what we can do. We can talk to our in-race reporter, who is making his first start of the season tonight. And since we do have the time and we are under caution, might as well bring him up and talk about it, even though he hasn't gotten much time in under green. Mr. Travis Brown, Moonhead, joins us now as our in-race reporter for the night.
How we doing?
How we doing out there, Travis? Starting third. Got it feeling pretty good coming back into the core after the fall brawl. And what are you seeing out there so far? I mean, only had really 1 lap under green, but how you feeling?
Yeah, I see a whole lot. I wasn't able to get to Cozy back in, so I don't know. I still have to do that to give the rest of us a chance. But I don't know. It's good to see Cadell out here. Frisch is fast. Davin looks to be pretty fast. Should have a good little battle for 2nd through 5th or so here for the rest of this one.
Well, we'll look forward to talking to you throughout the race and getting some updates on how everybody's feeling, the angers and tempers that fly, and we'll let you get back to racing.
All right, appreciate it.
There you go, Travis Brown, Moonhead. He is our in-race reporter for tonight. We'll be hearing from him from time to time, and the field comes through 3 and 4, and we'll get a restart with 6 laps complete here from Martinsville through 3 and 4, back to the restart zone, and away we go, headed for turn number 1.
And Cozy gets the whole shot off the restart. Great start for that 99. And Travis now going to make a move on Cadell for that 2nd place spot. And as you heard him more, he was trying to get to Cozy early on in the race here to try to give everybody else a shot. But Cozy's already pulled out about a car length ahead.
3 wide further back, and that's going to put Cosman up into the outside wall. They're just trying to avoid. Had a car blinking for a moment. I'm not sure what happened to him and where he went. I think it was just Gary Owen freaking out. He's all good now. Back through turn 1 and 2. Leaders are on the backstretch, and drive-throughs trying to get by Michael Frisch.
Yeah, plenty of Frisch on the outside in that 58. Strong driver so far this season. And giving drive-through a hassle on that outside lane. Not going to make him, not going to give up that 4th spot without a fight.
Back into turn 1, still side by side. Jonathan Cadell in the 68. Right in front of him, and Travis is all over the back bumper of the 99 for the lead. Meanwhile, drive-through gets the spot. And the 58 is not quite able to cross him over.
And single file now as we come over and complete lap number 9. A couple of those first laps under caution. Everybody kind of settling in right now. Are you playing a bass guitar right now? Right now? Are you really playing a bass guitar right now? Is that really what's happening? All right.
Cricket.
I just wanted to make sure.
Cricket. Okay. All right. 10 laps complete. Cozy's led them all so far.
And I'll tell you what, Travis. We saw this at we saw this in the fall brawl. Travis is good on the short run, but he had a lot of trouble at Iowa. I think it was Iowa.
Yeah.
Was it Iowa?
Yeah.
He was a lot of trouble Iowa tire wear as the race went on. So does he have a shot at Cozy here? He's gonna make a move right down into turn 1, the 0-1, right underneath Cozy, giving him plenty of room like the gentleman that he is. He's gonna let Travis by. Well, maybe not.
Maybe.
Hold on to the outside lane. Gets a good run down the backstretch, but Travis has got the position of choice on the inside lane here at Martinsville.
Got it.
Looks like he's going to get it out of the turn.
Dead even, but Travis got him at the line. Back to 1.
Back into turn 1, Cozy. It looks like he's going to back off here and let Moonhead by. And Travis got a great run out of turn 1 there. Now he's near leader in the 0-1.
So Fresh got by drive-through. Now he's all over the back bumper. Cadell almost turns him there through 3 and 4. Back down the front straightaway, back to the start-finish line, and Cadell's in the wall. That's going to let Fresh by and drive through and possibly Gary Owen.
That is an unfortunate mistake for the debut driver in that 68 to catch that wall, and he rode it all the way down into turn 1, lost a couple spots.
Comes Gary Owen up the inside now. Looks like he might hang on to that spot, and Easter Day's now a factor in here as well. 55, 55, and 60 are the stages. No,
and how about
not
KG
right.
running 8th right?
55, 55, 90 are the stages. I can't do math.
Cadell cut
able to get to the inside there.
Made a dangerous move on Easter Day down the backstretch there. Could have dumped himself, but got lucky. Ben let him in, or wasn't there. Either one. But can we talk about KG in 8th spot right now and running his best race so far?
Yeah. Yeah. We'll on board with the 06 here.
Past couple races, he's had unfortunate luck and wound up out of the race earlier than he would assume I assume he would want to be, and now he's up here running 8th.
Oh, and commentator's curse. He just bounced it off the wall in the straightaway.
Yep, I'm going to stop talking about him now.
Oops. Oh, Trouble Cosman is around off of turn 2, and Cody gets into him and the caution's out. Well, Cosman Ionishu, the bad luck continues for the driver of the 84 machine.
Unfortunate to see that for Cosman. The only person with worse luck on the grid is Ben Easterday.
Well, here I tell you what. We talked about it in the pre-race. Justin Champagne was behind Cosman heading into turn 1.
Yeah, just dumped him. Just not.
Looking at the replay, I'm not liking what I'm seeing so far. Into the corner, Cosman slides up. Justin sends it up the inside and hits the curb, washes up, gets into Cosman, and around goes the driver of the 4. And then Cody, just barely got him.
And nowhere for him to go.
Another angle here.
A couple of the leaders. One of the leaders on pit road, Cadell.
Justin hits the curb, washes up, gets into the 84. And that's going to send Cosman around. Great job of keeping it off the wall, but Cody locks it up, trying to avoid, just makes contact with the left front of the 84 car. Pit stops are going on right now.
One of the leader to pit right now is Cadell. One of the leading cars to pit right now is Cadell. Everybody else looked like pretty far back went in. Everybody from, I guess, Cosman on back went in, other than Cadell. Everybody else stayed out.
Yeah.
And including Keenan and Kyle, whose name I suddenly have forgotten. Cuthbertson, yeah.
he stayed out, and Keenan, who was involved in that first caution, Easter Day in 6th, and then Gary Owen in 5th, and the same top 5 is normal.
And Joey Stone and Rusty Walrus as well pitting under that caution.
Yep.
These guys keeping it smooth, relatively quiet so far. And it looks like Cosman on pit road again.
Possible he just wants to start at the back, top off with fuel, even though they can make it to the end of the stage. Kind of reset, keep the car clean, and try and make it to the end of the stage 1, if not stage 2.
Lights are out on the pacetrack. We're going to go green this time.
Fuel off of 2. We'll get ready to go back to green with 21 laps in the books this time around, and 34 more to go in the stage. Through 3 and 4, getting ready to go back into the restart zone. Off of 4, and away we go. Green flag back in the air, and Frisch gets a little weeble wobbly off the corner. They're headed to 1.
Headed into 1. Travis gets the...
Cozy's right there. He's going to get into him, and he's going to turn him around. Your leader around, and Ben's going to get clobbered. Keenan Kusan.
Oh,
Caution's out.
And I had just finished mentioning Ben Easterday had terrible luck, and he slapped the right rear of Moonhead's car as he was spinning there. Oh, man. Travis is not happy.
Replay. Cozy just drove it in too hot, got into the right rear, picked the tires up off the ground, got him sideways, and that's a teammate and a friend that he just sent sideways right in front of the field. Easterday's going to get a slap right there. Keenan Kusan also gets a piece of it as he goes by. Great job by everybody else to avoid him, including Rusty getting by on the inside. Oh, that's such a heartbreak. I mean, just got into him. Drive-through avoided Cozy. I mean, Easterday. Oh, that's a hard hit for him. Nowhere to go. We'll go on board with the 53 machine of Ben Easterday. Goes to the inside, right behind Gary Owen and whatever the heck he's running, and wham!
There is not a more unfortunate driver in core than Benjamin Easterday in that 53.
And he, right front fender just flew off the car.
If Moonhead had just held the brakes instead of trying to throw it around, I think he would have avoided that, but that's just unfortunate. That whole right front of that car is dented in. Not looking, running third, scored 3rd, now 4th, 5th. Oh, geez, I can count. Wait. Yeah, 5th. Okay.
ORN math, you know.
ORN math. Famous for it. I'd like to see Easterday get a break at one of these tracks here. It's just unfortunate.
So Cosman used his fast repair on that earlier caution. So, and he really didn't have that much damage, all things considered. So Cosman gets in another wreck. Oh yeah, he used it by accident. There you go.
Oh
yeah,
man.
I was gonna say he didn't have that much damage, other than Cody bouncing off of him. Wasn't a lot, and we've got 1 lap to green. Michael Frisch is your race leader. He finished 2nd last week at CTMP, did not run at Lanier when we had 27,000 cautions, and was taken out early when he tried to clear himself off of Cozy at Iowa.
And Frisch came from the back of the field multiple times.
Yeah, this is the first time that he started up at the front this season, I think.
Yeah, he qualified strong, inherited the lead via that incident there in turn 1, so now let's see what he can do with it. And green flag is out.
He went pretty early, headed for turn number 1. Champagne looked to go up the middle, couldn't quite do it heading for the turn, and Drive-Thru's fighting on the inside for 2nd. Whoa, Gary Owen, way up there.
There he overcooked the turn there. Drive-Thru caught Cozy napping. I think Frisch caught Cozy napping, and Drive-Thru was ready for it. Now those looking, he's traveling for 2nd place. Cozy's gonna have to give it to him.
And here comes Easterday. He did not stop, and he's still in the 4th spot right now behind Cozy.
The good thing about the short tracks here and these cars is that a little bit of fender damage will not cause you to lose the race. Bristol, NASCAR. And he could still actually, as long as there's no engine damage, he will theoretically be able to hang in with these guys. Might lose a little bit of front bite, but for the most part, car should be okay. These guys starting to single file out now.
We've got
Frisch is setting the bar out there in the lead. Oh, Cozy overcooked turn 1, and Easterday's now underneath him for 3rd.
Headed for turn 3. Easterday on the inside, right to the back bumper. Almost gets into him.
Got in hot. Slid right up, almost took out Cozy, but yeah,
and here comes Champagne behind, looking under Cuthbertson, couldn't quite do it.
And Champagne dangerous the front end of that 23 car. Drives very aggressive driving style in that 23. Has not made many friends this season.
Kenny Kusan.
Again?
Turn 1. Get a replay. Oh, I think he may have had some assistance. Cody H Gaming, possibly.
Looks like
Get
it.
a replay here. Cody behind him, heading for turn 1.
Cooked it.
And just overdrove it. Got a little loose, little wheel hop in the car. And kind of similar to what happened to Moonhead getting turned around in the right rear. Same thing with Cody there. Sends Busan around. His second accident. First one that was caused by contact. Everybody else avoided him. So he should be all right, all things considered. And we are under the caution for the third time tonight.
And Cozy and Owen on pit road, as well as Rusty Wallace, Joey Stone, and Keenan probably for fresh tires. Get those flat spots off. Frisch is still your leader.
Cozy
Drive
to
through-
pit road.
Is what I had just said.
Oh, well, sorry. I was responding to somebody in chat and missed it. So we've still got 25 to go, a little less than 25 to go in the stage.
Still? Ugh.
We're on lap 32. We've had, let's take a look at the race summary because I already forget. 4 cautions tonight. And we've got a lot of race left in stage 1, a lot of race left in total. And, yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, like, you know, we've got 25 left coming to a restart here, and Cozy's nowhere near the front.
Yeah, Cozy's stuck in the back.
Interesting. Not many times do you see that yellow 99 not near the front. The lights are still on the pace track. I think we got one more to go around before we go green.
But typically when he's in the back, you better watch out and get out of his way because he is flying and is trying to get by as quick as he possibly can.
And that shot he gave Travis was a warning to anybody who doesn't get out of his way.
Well, I think that was just an accident, really, because they're good buddies, and that was all accidental contact there, just trying to get too much too early. But anything else, I don't know.
It's a flex by the 99, letting everybody know, put them on notice to get out of the way.
That's your points leader, Michael Cozy Jr., who is his nearest competitor in the points. He's on the outside of the front row. Yeah, drive-through. And Frisch, who's, excuse me, who's leading, is third in points, even though he hasn't made all the races this year. He's third in points.
Consistency
23 points behind Cozy.
And when will Frisch... And they're going.
Green flag.
Frisch got a great shot again. The control car in that 58.
Oh, Easter Day trying to block the 23 of Champagne. It worked.
Easter Day was ready to run Champagne down to the wall if he had to.
Yeah,
he was not going to give that
you're not getting by me here. Now he's to the inside. Easter Day trying to pinch him down.
Be careful pitching Champagne there.
KG got run into the back of, in trouble. Lewis around, caution. Oh, Cozy! Cozy's involved, and Sloppy Joe. I think Kusan got in the back of Sloppy. Get a replay here. It all stacked up behind KG. Then Cozy got into the back of Lowell. Sloppy got into the back of Cozy. And then Kusan got into the back of him. And then Gary Owen got into the back of Keenan.
Yeah, just a classic stack job there.
Yeah, and I mean... it started with Travis. Actually, I think it started with Champagne. He got a little loose, getting down in there.
Yeah, you can see they all just stack up right there.
That caused Jonathan Cadell to check up, then Travis, then Cody, and then KG, and then Lowell gets turned around. I mean, just nowhere for him to go. He almost got KG around. Great save by him. And then the 99 of Cozy is the one that finishes him off, and then he gets turned. He's able to save it. Sloppy. And the 25 of Lowell Osnaka could not. They're on pit road, and new leader, the 77 of drive-through. What? He just drove by the pace car. Hold on a moment.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening here.
Workman's got an update on Cadell in the meantime. What you got?
Guys, how about this? First race for Jonathan Cadell so far this season in the core league, and he's doing pretty well. He worked his way up to the top half of the field. Is running about in the 6th position now, so he's quite a rookie to keep an eye on, and also he has quite a bit of that iRacing experience. But tell you what, guys, we're on caution number 4 and 5, and I'm down on these hot dogs like mad. We may have a problem.
Oh, we might need more hot dogs up here.
I I said one hot dog per caution. And
Yeah, you're in trouble.
yeah.
So
No.
I cracked the puzzle here. DT stopped because I guess he had to get up and do something. So he pulled around so he wouldn't get lapped and let the field catch up to him. Now he's back in the second position. So Frisch did retain the lead.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't understand. We'll probably get clarification on that earlier. Cozy's back in the 10th spot right now, even after the spin. And there are 4 cars that have yet to make a pit stop in this first stage. Cuthbertson in 5th, and then the top 3, Frisch, Drive-Thru, and Easterday. Remember, Easterday has damage on the right front of the car from the contact he made, hitting Travis Brown. 1 lap to green. We'll have 40 laps complete, 15 to go in stage 1.
Can we make a lap? Can we make it a lap?
Well, we made 1 lap. We need to make like 10 laps in order to really be effective here.
We are already at 5 cautions.
I know.
So like,
open up the record books. Green flag.
Well, open up a beer. We keep this up for.
Oh, Dale Reynolds got a little sideways in the back. Here they go to turn 1.
Guys get antsy on the throttle, spin the rear tires, kick the rear end around, and then they lose a bunch of spots. That's usually what happens at tracks like this. Frisch out to a lead over the 77 of Drive-Thru, and they're side by side. Looks like Champagne looking on the outside of Easterday, looking to make a move, looking to make something happen, and Moonhead all over the back of Cuthbertson in that 91.
Yeah, Cuthbertson had to check up because of Easterday, and the 01 had really nowhere to go. Glad they were able to make it through. Frisch continues the lead. Still side by side for third. You got Cadell on the outside behind him as well, but it's Easterday, and it is Justin Champagne fighting for the 3rd spot, and Cuthbertson gets punted. Oh, he saved it. They all save it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no, they unbelievable.
Oh, my Lord. Chain reaction. Cozy almost dumped Moonhead for the 2nd time this race.
And Champagne got loose for no reason. I don't know if he sneezed or what, but he falls back, and now he's under pressure from Jonathan Cadell. And
Cadell has making a strong statement so far in this race. Started 2nd? Maybe? No, 4th. Started. Where did he start?
Cadell started 2nd, yes.
Okay, Cadell started 2nd. And it fell back a little bit under some of those pit cycle, the yellow cycle. Back now, fighting up for a podium finish for the debut race of that 68. It was Champagne right there, and well, anything can happen when Champagne's in your mirror.
Well, he got by Champagne, and closing in now is the 01 of Travis Brown.
And those guys on fresher tires than this top 3, so if we stay green here, this top 3 actually may wind up in trouble.
Yeah.
The only person not really in trouble is Frisch, who has jumped out to about half of a straightaway lead in that 58.
Yeah,
over the 77 Drive-Thru.
Leads by a 1.5 right now, with 10 to go in the stage.
Guys getting a little antsy on the restarts here, looking to jockey for position. One of the best places to make moves is on restarts, because you catch guys on the outs. You got people side by side, you get guys on the outside row. You guys going to make mistakes. Colder tires are colder. So, seems like we level out pretty okay when we go single file, but
yeah,
I mean, anything's happen. Anything will happen.
Well, we know we're going to get another caution soon, so they may just be taking it easy with Frisch trying to pick up a stage win. Meanwhile, Easterday under a little bit of pressure from Cadell.
Oh, Cody dropped it.
Cody around in the cautions, up and over.
Did he roll it?
He was on his side. Replay, just got loose on his own. And, Dale. Dale Reynolds with the punt.
Dale, no.
Oh, he did. You know what? In pre-race, Cody talked about he wanted to see a flip. He is the flip.
He is the flip, and he said that he didn't want to be, but now he is.
Let's talk to him. Cody, you said in pre-race that you wanted to see a flip, but you didn't want to be a flip. Well, what happened?
You know what they say, sometimes you just be careful what you wish for.
Well, you look like you had the car saved. It looked like Reynolds just lost it behind you and caught the rear of the car.
Yeah, he did the same thing you did.
Yeah, I thought I had it saved, then all of a sudden, next thing you know, I see pavement and then sky, and I'm like, oh, that was interesting. Actually, on the bright side, this thing actually seems like it drives fine. We'll see how much optionals we got here.
Well, we love having you here. We love having you on the racetrack, and best of luck to you the rest of the way. Hopefully, you all 4 wheels remain on the ground the rest of the way.
Only 50 seconds of optionals.
That's pretty good, all things considered, after winding up on your top. And, we'll hopefully we'll talk to you later in a little bit better light. Still on the ground or something. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, guys.
Cody H Gaming. What a ride.
What a man. What a. Yeah,
he called his shot.
He did. He did indeed call his shot. Pre-race, we were talking. He's like, I want to see a flip. And I was like, well, what if it's you? And he's like, I don't want it to be me. And here we are.
Goodness.
Maybe I'm part psychic, you know? And maybe
He saw it coming from miles away. He looked into the crystal ball. So 6 cautions so far. This is not the stage caution yet.
We might get a green checkered on the stage. Green-white checkered on the stage? Maybe a little bit.
I think we're going to have 3 laps left in the stage.
Here we go. Green-white checkered in the stage? All right.
As long as we get 1 to green this time, we will have 3 laps to go in stage 1. And the lights are on the pace car, so indeed we will have 3 to go in the stage. Dale Reynolds is still on pit road. I think he didn't take his fast repair thinking it was okay. And now he's just kind of stuck. I think it might have been more damage than he thought.
Well, I mean, on the bright side, there's so many cautions, we might wind up unlapping himself. Remember, at Lanier, Littell was 11 laps down at one point and wound up finishing on, I think he finished on the lead lap. So
yeah, you're right. Here we go. 3 to go in stage 1 here at Martinsville. Lights starting to come on. Green flags back in the air. Away we go.
And Frisch with another great start. Closes the door on drive-through. And I am on the wrong car, so I can't actually see what's happening.
Well, they made it. Because Dal on the outside, fighting for third still with Easterday, headed for turn 3.
And that outside is precarious because here comes Cuthbertson underneath. Oh, we caught a little bit of the bump there, slid up the track. And Cadell is hanging with Easterday on that outside lane. Points only for the lead, for leading at the end of the stage. I guess winning the stage is the appropriate phrasing. And Cozy underneath of Cuthbertson for that 5th place spot.
Here they come. 1 to go in stage 1. Cozy's going to get the spot. And Michael Frisch is out in front by half a second.
And plenty of first lead in this field. Getting mighty strong in that 58. It has to be in the conversation for the car to be looking at the end of the race here.
Yeah.
Has staked his claim. Is he in drive-through as well?
Oh, man, Easterday drove it in deep. This is for 3rd. Michael Frisch wins stage 1. Easterday will get 3rd, and the caution is out. Michael Frisch, your stage 1 winner.
I know what everybody's thinking watching. What is the caution for? And we know, we get it. But this one is for legitimate stage break reasons. Not because we have another car upside down or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a designed caution. Although I think at this rate we may not need these designed cautions much longer.
Yes, for real.
Yeah.
Now I assume Frisch, Easterday, and Davin are all going to have to pit because they have not pitted yet.
Yep.
So that should give, I guess everybody, it looks like a lot of people are going to be coming in here. Cozy stays out, Moonhead stays out, Champagne stays out.
They can make it to the end of stage 2 comfortably. If not, we're going to have to wait and see. And we are seeing some folks stay out. Cozy, Frisch, Champagne.
Frisch did not stay out.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Cozy, Champagne, Travis Brown, Gary Owen, looks like, are the 4 that are going to stay out. And Lowell, Rusty, Dale Reynolds is going to get at least 1 of his 4 laps back here under this caution.
And I think, might not seem like the smart move now, but I'm going to err on this. That's a smarter move by Dale to take the optionals now, because if you get caught up in a bigger wreck here towards the end of the race, you're going to need that fast repair. So I feel like with all the cautions we've seen, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets back on the lead lap in short order.
It is, but also I think he expected to be on pit road for a little less amount of time than that. Because he was on pit road for almost 2 minutes fixing the car. You know, and I'm sure a lot of that was required. So I imagine he thought he had less damage than he actually did on the Dr. Pepper 27.
And also a possibility. You never know with these guys.
I would say let's bring in our stage winner, Michael Frisch, but he's not in Discord. Probably won't hop in until the end of the race again. But Cody Workman's got an update on two of the faster guys from this stage, Drive-Thru and Ben Easterday.
Remember, there was the second or third cross of this race when Travis Brown got punted by Michael Cozy. Ben Easterday, he tagged the right rear quarter panel of that 01 car, but he said that surprisingly, car's feeling pretty good, and if anything, it's actually giving him a little bit better handling. So kind of funny to see how that works out. We'll see if he even touches that damage. And then Drive-Thru, he's being really consistent up there on the top 3, top 4. He's back to a little bit now after this round of pit stops, but he's really liking his car, and we'll see if he can work his way back up to the front.
And I am thoroughly impressed with how Ben has done with that damage on the 53. Cosmetic, it seems, only in nature for that 53. And if it's giving him help, then why not? Right? Just throw some speed tape on it and call it a day.
Taking a look at the race summary. We'll have 60 laps complete as they cross the stripe. 5 lead changes. This is our 7th caution of the afternoon, of the night. And we'll get the green flag this time by.
And they're stacking up Champagne outside of Cozy. Champagne worked his way up to the top of the grid from 15th place. I don't think he qualified in that 23, but the aggression showing here is he is now outside and has a chance to lead this thing.
Pace car's in. And Cozy and Justin Champagne are going to lead us back down to the restart. And here we go, green flag.
Green flag out, down into turn 1. Michael Cozy Jr. gets the whole
Cody's
shot,
in
and
the wall
Moonhead
behind
underneath
him.
Champagne.
Cody's in the wall behind him. They all keep it green. Everybody's able to avoid. Back to 1.
Gary Owen blinking between this dimension and the next in 4th place with Champagne.
Rusty
Not a
in the
great
wall.
start for him as Travis underneath of him is going to take 2nd. And Owen looks for that 3rd spot. Already back to 5th. Drive-Thru.
Saved it.
And Cadell's in the wall.
He slapped it. We're still green. Rusty got the wall behind him on the last lap. He was able to make it work, and here comes Frisch, roaring by the 77 off of 2.
And those 3 right there, Frisch, Drive-Thru, and Ben, your top 3 from the end of the first stage, already back into the discussion here towards the front of the field. Good to see that.
Ooh, everybody's sideways off of 4 there, it looked like.
It looks like the tire's a little cold for some of these guys here. They're not getting the grip they need. Or they're jumping in the gas a little too hard. And just kicking that rear end around.
Cosman working here, trying to get by Cuthbertson into turn 3. This is for 8th, 9th, and 10th. We'll try to get by as well.
Lou going to hold on to that spot. And that's outside. Woo!
Oh!
Cuthbertson went in hot.
Well, and Lowell got almost some contact from the 84.
Now Cosman's going to take both these spots.
And Cuthbertson's
Well, if you
going
guys
to
are
drop
going
to
to
the
hold the
bottom.
floor for me so nicely, I'll just walk right on through.
Yeah, seriously. See you later, boys.
Woo! Cuthbertson wrestling with that 91 now.
And you got Cadell up his rear.
Right now. If he made any adjustment, he's going to be screaming on the radio to turn it off, take it back. And first to caught this lead pack. He is fast. That 58 is fast.
Back into turn number 1. Down the backstretch. Cozy out in front again.
Cozy still maintaining, not showing the dominance we've seen at some of the other racetracks, but this is the longest green flag run we've had so far. So I'm cautious about saying anything about that.
Yeah, well. And the thing is with Cozy, in that first stage, the strategy didn't work out right. Oh, sloppy. Saved it. Got loose. Almost got the inside wall off of 2. Still green.
And Champagne knocking on the door for Moonhead here, trying to get him to make a mistake. Champagne showing a strong run on the longer side, and so far Moonhead the only person to catch Cozy in this race and pass him, on the track, and I guess subsequently faced the bumper to the rear because of it. But not as strong of a restart here, and I wonder if it's because he's got some damage on that car.
Champagne trying to block Moonhead going into turn number 1. It didn't quite work on the restart, and now he's just trying to do everything he can to get back to the 01 car and get by him.
And he's going to start putting the pressure on a little bit harder now because Frisch is all over the back of Champagne, and he can't afford to let that guy by. real tight into the turn there.
Yeah, we know Frisch has a really fast car, and Champagne gonna let him
Champagne let him by.
The old-fashioned way, go to the bottom instead of the top, fooled Frisch out, but Frisch is fine with it as he goes by and he takes third spot away.
I wonder if these guys realize Frisch is the only one that's going to keep racing Cozy enough that it will give him, give everybody else a chance to be up there. But like Travis said earlier on the broadcast, interesting move by Champagne there. I guess I wonder if he just doesn't have the car that he thought he did. Just let him go.
And Frisch is now on the back bumper of the 01.
And that 01 has a right rear damage on that 01.
And that's from the contact between him and Easterday. And Frisch goes by into second spot.
And now Frisch sets his sights on the 99 in the lead. Frisch is on fire in that 58.
Let's go on board with the 58 of Michael Frisch.
They're coming up on the first lap car of Rusty Walrus down in the distance.
Yeah, he got the wall coming off of turn 2 on that first lap or so and almost came to a stop to get it off the wall because of how these cars are set up. Once you hit the wall, it's really tough to get off the wall without dying. But he was able to do it eventually, and he's stuck back in the 16th spot right now. Only car behind him is Dale, who's 3 laps down, right now.
And Frisch is pulling close to Michael Cozy Jr. This might be what Rusty wants to see if he wants to keep on the lead lap. He's going to want to see these guys. Ooh, and there's Reynolds, speaking of. Going to take it to pit road to avoid being in the way.
Reynolds went around. Yeah, he did. Get a replay here. He's behind the 06, heading into turn 1. And underneath, just lost it on his own. And got into the inside wall, brought it to pit road. He's now 5 laps down, or going to be 5 laps down, as Rusty got lapped already, and here comes Frisch.
Rusty, the gentleman, lets him by. Frisch is all over the back of Cozy. And Champagne starting to work on Moonhead a little bit. Had a peak heading into turn 1 that time by. And now I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah, we've been able to make it so long now.
Oh, Rusty's sideways. That might be a caution.
And it is. Caution's out. Off of turn 4. Rusty Walrus around.
I think he just lost it.
He's right here with drive-through. Drive-through in the 7th spot. Getting, or into the 6th spot, rather. Into the corner. Drive-through on the inside. Rusty gets the little... Oh.
I think that one's on.
Oh.
I think he felt guilty, too. You see him try to straighten the car back out, too.
We've got a Canadian wanted for murder in the United States. Yikes. We're gonna have to have a chat.
I'm gonna throw the flag for illegal contact on that one.
Rusty isn't here in Discord, but that doesn't mean that we can't talk to the perpetrator. Here he is, the driver of the 77.
So you're just not like white and red cars, or you just thought his left rear looked real tasty?
Listen, I'm not here to play games. I know Rusty's laughing his ass off, letting everyone else by, and then sitting in front of my ass for a lap. Yeah, I'm not sitting around for that. I got a race to win.
All right, you're looking pretty good. You were up there, rode second for the first stage. How's the car feel? Feel like you can win this thing?
Yeah. I feel like I don't have time to be held up by lappers too.
Well, car looks good. You look good as always, Ed.
Thank you.
And well, I mean, if you can't get the win, what are you aiming for? Aiming for another podium? Keep the streak going?
Yeah, that's the idea. It's gonna be a bit of a struggle here because I think everyone behind me is gonna have freshies, and then now I lost some spots through all that. I don't know if the car's dinged up at all, but I mean, it's all gonna come down to the last stage and who's wrecking when and when's the pit stops happening. So I'm not too worried right now. Car feels good. Top 5. Anything less than that would be disappointment.
All right, quick visual check for you. Car doesn't look actually dinged up very much at all. So
right rear's got some damage on it, looks like. But
right rear? What the hell the hell with the right rear?
I don't know, but your right rear's straight.
Rusty's hopes and dreams.
Rusty did look like he made a little bit of contact with the right side of the car as he spun around. So.
Oh yeah, he made some contact with the right side.
That might be where the damage is from. So, best of luck, and potentially we'll talk to you at the end of this deal.
Yeah.
There you have it. A man that's wanted for murder. Drive through in the 77.
Well, now we're going to get in touch with the the American Embassy in Canada. Start the extradition process.
Oh my! So 81 laps are complete. Right now, we're still under caution. Cozy, Frisch, Travis Brown, Gary Owen, Ben Easterday is your top 5 right now. We are under our 8th caution flag of the night. How about that?
And only one of those was for a stage break.
Yeah, only one of those was for a stage break. So, yeah.
It's well, that's the first time I've seen a lap car really
That's
get
the
punted.
first time we've had lap traffic
That's also
tonight. So,
I meant like at most of the tracks we've seen before, the lap traffic has not been anywhere near the leaders to be a factor, and that was I think the first time I've seen a core lap car get in the way and get dumped because of it.
well, this track is so small, so that's going to be part of it. Pace car's in. Pace truck, sorry. 83 laps will be complete here on the restart. And the green flag's back in the air. We're back rolling at Martinsville.
And I don't know if Frisch wanted to be on the outside here. He did not get a good restart, and he's going to give up second already to Travis and possibly more to Owen, who comes screeching in here.
Yeah, he was blinking, getting in and sliding. Frisch hangs on to third.
Well, and that blink actually is going to save Frisch, who's going to be all over the back of Travis now, who's going to try to hold him up, I assume for his teammate out there ahead of him, or if he feels like he's got the speed, he's going to try to get the cozy himself.
Here comes Champagne looking underneath trying to look underneath the 53 of Easterday. Not good enough there. Off of 2.
We've seen a couple times where Champagne has not made a lot of friends here, looking underneath the car. So Frisch underneath the Moonhead for second.
Got it.
And he's got it.
And cranked it down in there to hang on to the 3rd spot. Harry's still blinking about.
Frisch was all over the back of Cozy when that caution came out. Now he's took a step back on that restart, presumably because he started on the outside. Not the best place you want to be on these restarts. And gonna work his way up.
Got the curb. He almost got into Easterday. Still fighting for the spot.
That looked like he got loose coming out of turn 2. Opened the door on the bottom of the track for Champagne, who is now going to take that spot away.
Cosman got by drive-through in the same corner as well.
And Cosman looking to right the wrongs that he's already faced. Spun around once, now working his way towards the top 5.
He's had a rough go of it the last couple of weeks. He did okay at Iowa. Had contact at Lanier a lot. Didn't go to CTMP because he doesn't own the track. And early in this one, he went around. Here comes Champagne now underneath Gary Owen. Owen's going to leave a lot of room for him. Champagne to 4th.
Yeah, Champagne takes that 4th spot. Looked like Owen either knows of Champagne's reputation or wanted to get into the gap in front of Easterday to not lose that spot as well. And Champagne looking underneath of Moonhead, who was loose out of turn 2.
Justin
already in the 3rd.
Now into the 3rd spot. Remember, he just pitted under that last caution. That's why he's flying through the field. Guys that you have passed already, Owen, Brown, Easterday, Frisch, and Cozy up in front of him. They are on older tires. Dale Reynolds, he has parked the car for tonight. So Reynolds is taking it home early, but Frisch is handing it to the back of the 99 off turn 4.
And here they come down the front stretch. Hard to make the pass here. You're going to have to make the guy make a move. Cozy doesn't make a lot of moves, so you're going to have to move him yourself.
Oh, he did! He's going to move him, and here comes Champagne. He got on the brakes. Champagne for second now.
It looked like Frisch went to make the move on Cozy. Oh, there's Moonhead trying to make it interesting up here at the front. Frisch made a move on Cozy, didn't put himself in position, got stuck by the sideways Cozy, and opened the door for Champagne, who is now going to take this 2nd spot from him. And it's going to open the door for the rest of these guys who are single file behind him. This is a bad look for Frisch.
Didn't want to wreck him, but he sure made a statement. Frisch gets in line.
Yeah, it looked like Moonhead either let him in or got loose there.
Well, they both got loose. I think Frisch was just trying everything he could to get in the spot. And now Justin Champagne is 2nd.
Champagne on the fresher tires. Looks like he's got the speed advantage here. Now, what does Cozy do? Does he let him go? Does he run him until the tires don't matter anymore?
Cozy's already got run over once this run.
That's true. And has run over somebody, so I guess it's...
That's true, yeah. Well, in that case, he did get run over earlier by Sloppy in that wreck off of 4 when Kusan went around and stuff.
And Champagne's still working on the back of that 99 as they head down the stretch in the 4. Takes a peek underneath.
Far back.
Not enough there. Cozy not going to let him go. Not going to give him the spot quietly. As we head down the front stretch, he's going to look underneath again. Shuts the door again.
Yeah, Cozy, he has to back up the corners and doesn't get much of a launch. And, oh, Champagne got the wall in the back straight away. Gets it straight again.
That's not going to help anybody but Frisch there, who is all over, just as much part of this group as the two in front of him. Trying to make it interesting. These three are pulling away.
A beautiful three-car battle for the lane here at Martinsville.
Champagne went in high, trying to get the run on the bottom here. Didn't quite get a good run out of turn 2 that he would have liked. Trying to get that car to rotate
Frisch
a little
is
bit more
there
to the center
now.
of the turn. And Frisch is here.
Yeah. Here we go.
And these
Champagne to the inside, not enough.
Interestingly enough, Champagne not as aggressive on that move as he's been on pretty much everybody else so far this season.
Yeah, but he got close. He got a
He's
lot
got
closer.
Again.
Backs it off.
Nothing doing. Cozy pinching off any and all possible entryways and exits to the turn. Champagne underneath again. He's got the nose there. Cozy shuts the door a little bit.
He just leaves enough in there to make him think that he's got it, but he doesn't have anything. Unbelievable.
Cozy shutting the door at every opportunity. Trying not to heat the outside, as they say. Shutting all the doors and all the windows.
Oh.
And here goes Champagne's got a good run. He locks up.
He didn't want to hit him,
He's
but
still
he's
there.
there. He's got a bumper. Side by side for the lead.
Right front to left rear. Champagne into turn 3 underneath of Michael Cozy Jr. Frisch going to try to push him along so he can take the second spot.
Cozy got loose.
Oh, Cozy's in the wall. Catches the wall a little bit off the turn. He's going to lose the lead and possibly second here.
Michael Cozy Jr. just got passed at a short track. What?
This never happens. This never happens.
We're coming to 10 laps to go in the stage.
And Champagne now has a license to check out.
And Cosmin Ionescu is in 4th right now in the 84 car. He got
Cosmin,
by Gary and Travis and everybody.
I believe Cosmin is also on fresher tires as well.
A little bit, yes. He's on the same lap old tires as Frisch. Or not as Frisch, as Champagne, the race leader.
So, fresh tires early on seems to be the strategy. Take it when you can get it. Work your way through the field. Everybody else single file.
Everybody's kind of spread out other than these top 3. A little bit of gaggle back there with Easterday and Cadell. But other than that, pretty evenly spread apart. And Justin Champagne trying to win a stage here at Martinsville.
That would be his first stage win, I believe, of the season.
We don't have anything that tells us who won stages. I'm looking, and I got nothing. I know Cozy swept them both last week. I think Cozy may have gotten one at Lanier. And I don't think he got any at Iowa. I'm not sure. I really don't know. That's something we need to invest in for next week.
I second that.
Yeah. We'll get on that. Battle way back there. Moonhead is at the thick of it with Cadell, and you got Easterday and Drive-Thru back there as well as Sloppy Joe. He's cracked the top 10.
And Drive-Thru seemed pretty confident when we talked to him before the end during that last caution, and not really done a whole lot in that 77 the rest of this stage so far.
Well, you got to remember he's on the older tires because of when that caution came out.
That's
he didn't
also
pit,
true.
So he's on the older tires and he's struggling. Here comes Easterday under Travis.
Travis also struggling to keep the rear underneath of that car. I've seen him wiggle a couple times off of the turns.
Well, he's on the oldest tires in the field, so that's
he pit it at all?
hurt him.
Ooh, not a lot of grip.
Oh,
you can see that tires are going to be super important. Grip is needed in order to be fast here.
Oh, him and Drive-Thru almost made contact. 4 laps to go in stage 2 here at Martinsville.
Looked like for a second Sloppy Joe might try to make that a 3-wide battle and would have subsequently become public enemy number 1 as he wrecked all 3 of them heading into the turn.
Looks like he's going to go to the inside and make it work.
And Moonhead just going to fall victim to the conga line of cars behind him.
Dun, 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 dun. 3 to go.
3 to go in the stage. Not much else going on around the track.
Yeah.
Looks like Champagne's going to roll with the win on the stage. 2 to go.
Oh, Cozy got really loose there out of turn 4.
Cozy might be a little pissed. He got past the short track. Probably not happy about that.
His tires are ancient right now.
He might lose that third spot to Cosman here. We've got one to go in the stage this time.
Remember, Cozy, Gary Owen, and Travis, none of them pitted this stage. They are on tires from last stage. They're on the tires that they finished the first stage with. So that's why these guys are falling back so much. Through 3 and 4, Justin Champagne wins stage 2. Here at Martinsville, caution's out.
Gonna
For
be
the 9th time.
Champagne, Frisch, Cozy, Cosman, Gary, Cadell, Easter Day, Drive-Through, Sloppy Joe, and Travis Brown be your top 10 after the end of the second stage. Jake, we made it to the end of the second stage.
Now we're going to pile it up a lot. This is kind of the reverse. This is kind of the reverse of the last couple of races, where we get through stage 1 clean, and then stage 2 and stage 3 are hell in a handbasket. Today, stage 2 was the calm one. We'll see what stage 3 provides, but I'm sure it's going to be a lot of chaos. Pits will be open this time, and Workman's got an update.
Guys, here we go. We have just under 90 laps to go, and the pit window is around 60 laps. So everybody from this point forward will have to make at least one pit stop. The question, though, is when do you make it? We just saw this past run that, we can have green flag runs, but my theory is it's getting down to the end of the race. People are going to be even more aggressive. So do you take a chance and pit earlier, or do you just pit and then determine which caution you come down pit road?
Well, with how these guys have been racing so far, you are definitely going to get at least another caution, I would assume. Although I say that now, and they will now run probably the rest of the race under green. So under green, I guess it's going to matter on how strong your car is on the short run compared to the long run. If it's a long run car, you're going to pit earlier. If it's a short run car, you're going to pull out.
The race off pit road was close. I don't know.
I think Cozy, Champagne, and Frisch in that order.
Here's your replay of the photo finish. I think Cozy got there. Yes, Cozy, Champagne, Frisch. So Cozy passes Champagne off of pit road. Cosman comes out in 4th. And then Cadell will be 5th, or Cadell. So Michael Cozy Jr. is your leader. Justin Champagne is your stage winner. And doesn't look like he's in Discord, so we can't talk to him, but we could talk to our in-race reporter.
Yes, we can.
Travis Brown. Been a while since we talked to him. We talked to him on the opening lap after the opening lap crash, and here he is, the driver of the 01 machine.
Hey, Travis, welcome back on up to the booth, my man. Car looks a little more dinged up than the last time we talked to you. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. That last time I had gotten sideways off of 4 one time and heated up the right rear, and then from there on I was just loose. That's the loosest I've ever been at Martinsville. So I was just holding on. I should have came in under that last caution before the stage break, got tires, but I didn't, and then I was just out there trying to hang on, trying not to spin it.
Hey, it looked like you, Owen, and Cozy all stayed on the same tires. You guys started to fall back there at the end of the stage. You got booted. How did that feel? That probably didn't feel too great.
No, that wasn't good. I mean, I got up to the lead, and Cozy was just trying to get down in line, and he overdrove the corner and jacked me up. And the way these things are, it's really hard to save him. He actually did it again next time he got to me in 3 and 4. He got in the back of me. There was a big stack up down there, and I actually saved it that time.
And we did see that up here in the booth as well. So you're out there on the track. You're about to go green. Who you think is a sleeper to win this race?
I mean, I'd like to say me, but if it's not me. Champagne looks pretty quick, so I don't know. But Cozy's pretty strong. Frisch is pretty strong, but Champagne or me, I feel like are probably the next two in line.
Well, good luck. We'll let you go. Lights are going out, so have a good one.
All right, appreciate it.
There you go.
Travis, in-race reporter in the 01.
And we're coming back to the green flag. Here we go.
And Cozy with the whole shot into turn 1. Champagne not even a factor, but
he was sleeping. But here comes Moonhead trying to go 3 wide back behind him. Didn't quite work. Gary Owen slides up the hill, but they all make it through 2.
And Moonhead restarted the race in 10th place there. One of the most electrifying drivers to watch. Oh, looked like Lowell locked up way hard back there.
Well, he got into Kusan, and that caused him to lock up. And Cuthbertson is spinning, and so is Rusty Walrus, and the caution's out. 2 spinners off turn 4, and then the last 2 cars on the grid. And Barney's waving that caution flag for the 10th time tonight.
And as I was saying, one of the most electrifying drivers to watch, especially on super speedways, is that 01 machine, because he is not afraid to put that car where a lot of people would say it doesn't belong, but he somehow makes it stick. So,
Cuthbertson and Rusty both just got loose on their own. Both kept it out of the wall.
Tires are cold.
Yeah, they're both back on the lead lap as well. They were both 1 lap down before the stage break. So not a lot of action. Not a lot happened. We only made it a lap. Michael Cozy Jr. is still your race leader.
And Cadell jumped to 4th. I think you said he was 5th on that restart. That inside line looking really good.
And looks like drive-through has to stop for a moment because he is again flying by the field at 1,000 miles an hour. And probably going to park on the backstretch. And he's still going.
Radio.
Going to park on the front stretch. I don't know if this man's got to go to the bathroom or what, but pull a Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
But
This is why you keep a Gatorade bottle, an empty one, right next to your seat. As, we've now transitioned to night here in Martinsville, and it is fancy.
Yeah, the lights are on. Of course, next week at Michigan, you'll be out on the racetrack.
Yes, sir.
And
gotta put points on the board, because right now I'm sitting with a big old goose egg. So.
And of course, that'll be during the day. And then we go to Eldora. You'll be in the race at least for the Open. We'll see if you can make your way in.
I am gonna race my nuts off to get into that race. Dirt is my favorite thing on iRacing. I'm so excited. And Workman has an update for us.
I was gonna say, speaking of nuts, here's well, he's not a nut, but he's down with the lug nuts on pit road. Cody Workman, Cosman, and Sloppy, you got an update for us on them.
Well, thanks for that clarification, Jake. I appreciate that. Well, speaking of comebacks here, we have Sloppy Joe. Remember, he got caught up in 2-3 early incidents there in stage 1. He's worked his way back up to the 7th position, so good rebound for him. And then also, Cosman Ionescu back up to 5th. Remember, he was one of the best drivers back when we had the Fall Brawl, the 4-race preseason here back in October, and he has had none of that success really so far in these opening first month of the core season 3, but doing a better night tonight, and hopefully he can get some of that momentum going that we saw back in October.
And Cosman, a unfortunate victim of the bad luck bug, and has affected him and also Ben Easterday on the grid. Looking like it's starting to turn around for him here, but I know I've said that now, and here we go, great. Cozy jumps out to the early lead. Champagne napping again.
Champagne's really not good at the restarts, and here comes Sloppy 3 wide into turn 1.
What are you doing?
Just DT really wide.
That is a big pants move, and I guess again, Travis pushing him the whole way through that move. Dangerous move. He is.
Almost got into Cosman there off of 4.
Number 8. Will now put himself in 5th place. No risk, no reward, I guess is what they say.
Yeah. Here comes Moonhead down on the inside as well. Trying to follow Sloppy.
Realizing that he doesn't have a whole lot of time if they're going to keep wrecking, so he's going to want to force his way up towards the front as soon as he can. Ooh. Cosman real close there on that back bumper of the 01.
Yeah, and DT goes wide again. He's going to lose the spot. Sloppy got loose. He's going to lose 5th to Travis. Here comes Cosman on the outside.
Now Cosman's stuck on the outside as Owen looks underneath of him.
And then Easterday and then drive through.
And in that whole process, in that shuffle, Moonhead inherited 5th place.
Yep. We got by because Sloppy got loose. And now Sloppy's out there in 6th and holding up everybody else, and Cosman's still stuck on the top.
And that top side is deadly. If you get stuck up there, now back in line in the 84, right in front of drive-through. Really one line here in Martinsville.
Getting Kusan in 11th. We haven't talked about him much tonight other than he's been spinning. But he's hanging in there. He hasn't done great tonight like CTMP or Lanier, but he's still hanging in there, having a good time, and we'll see what he can do next week at Michigan.
And he's one of those sleeper drivers, though. He was involved in that early wreck, but he can always turn. Oh, look out, there's Cosman.
Caution Almost
That
got
one's
the
a
wall.
self-inflicted- That is a self-inflicted spin. It's not a commentator's curse.
Yeah, we weren't talking about him anymore. Just lost it on his own. That's the second time he's done that tonight.
Oh,
And kept it off the wall barely.
It's real easy to want to jump on the throttle coming out of the turns here, but you get two on it, you're going to spin the car out, and as we just saw.
On board with him. Yeah. Caution number 11.
Caution number 9 for incidents. Oh, everybody pulling a fake except Cadell and Sloppy. Nobody cares. You're in 6th place.
So Cadell comes down the pit road.
Cadell, I don't know if this is intentional or
As
what.
well as
or he got
Rusty and
caught.
Cosman. Everybody else stays out.
I don't
Maybe
know
he
if,
thinks pitting's going to be the way to go, and we may get a green flag run. I don't know.
their windows what, 60? I think is what I heard.
Yes, about 60 laps.
So he's not in the window now, but I wondered if he's thinking maybe with all the cautions he can be up there at the end. I don't know.
But again, tires. He's going to need a lot of caution laps in order for those tires to be solid at the end of the race.
That is also very true.
Well, guys, let me jump in here, and that's exactly what the issue is with this 60-lap window. Is like, okay, if we're gonna get these longer green flag runs, then yeah, maybe you don't want to pit as soon as that window opens. But if we get a bunch of these 3, 4, 5-lap runs like at Lanier, and then have caution after caution after caution, do you come down pit road, take those tires as soon as that window opens? That way, you can try to keep that track position, even though you have worn tires.
I mean, strategy is such a hard thing. It depends on driving style. It depends on how the car feels. It's really hard to say when any of these guys will pit. I know they're going to have to pit. I just don't know when. They might try to stretch it until they literally have no other option other than to coast it into pit road on fumes. So, hard to say, especially when we're going to have, 71 to go, 72 to go when we go green again?
Something like that.
Something like that? Yeah, it's just outside of their window. I don't know. I don't anticipate anybody taking the early jump and trying to doing the overcut or whatever. Or, yeah, I can't words today.
1 lap to green here.
Lights out on the pace car. Michael Cozy Jr. straps into the 99. Justin Champagne outside of him looking for his first win as takes the second stage, and we are going green.
Here we go. We'll have 132 laps complete, and a long way to go as I'm dropping. Yep, okay, here we go. Green flag, and speaking of dropping, where's Sloppy going?
Sloppy again loose on that 8, and the garage guy's number 8 is going to have some company for him there, as now Frisch underneath his Champagne. Frisch looked a little bit faster than Champagne on that green.
It'll be 3 wide down the backstretch.
Oh boy. Ben smartly comes at it, gets out of the throttle there, lets Sloppy take the inside lane. We now have 2 packs forming. Moonhead underneath the Champagne as well.
Trying to get the crossover on Sloppy. Couldn't quite work going into turn 1. Oh, and a big stack up way behind him. Sent Rusty a little wide. At least I think it was the 68.
That's Cadell.
Cadell. Got Cuthbertson on his inside.
And even on those fresher tires, the outside's not going to really help him out there.
Yeah.
And Frisch, all over Michael Cozy Jr. in that 99. Well, Cozy's in the 90. You know what I meant.
Yep.
And Moonhead also into 3rd. Moonhead said he wanted to be the sleeper pick for the win of the race here, but
Well, he also talked about Big Crack.
oh, we got the record.
Oh, Big Crack. Cosman again, and he already used his fast repair.
Oh, that's
And
not
Lowell
looking good.
and KG.
There's a stack up and a half coming out of turn 4 there. What happened?
Lowell got into the back of KG in turn 4. Cadell got into the back of Lowell then. Cosman nowhere to go, lost the left front fender. Cody and Rusty just came to a stop and avoided it.
And we are still out of the pit window to make it to the end on fuel.
Yep. Another angle here. As boop, got into him there. Checked up, and then 25 got turned around big time by Cadell. A lot of damage to the 68. who had a fast car and decided to pit, got caught back in traffic and now involved in a big crash and a lot of damage to the nose of the car. He's on pit road as well as the 77. He's the only one that was not involved in the accident that decided to come onto pit road. Everybody else stayed out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cosman, Cody, and Lowell on pit road.
Hard to see what the play is there for Davin. I don't know if he's just going to try to play the luck game on this one. For some of us with terrible luck, we never try to do that. But respect the attempt. You never know what can happen here. I mean, we watched CTMP on to stage 2 when Cozy looked like he was a lock to win it, and Biff turned 5. So, I mean, anything could happen.
Race summary. 63 to go. We've had 9 lead changes and 12 cautions. We're 6 cautions away from the record. We're also just 7 laps away from having enough cautions to fill stage 1. Or enough caution laps to fill stage 1. Right now we're at 48. I will be at 49 here in a moment. So for the second short track race in a row, we're going to have as many caution laps as we have had in the first stage at least.
That hurts when you put it that way.
Yeah, it does.
Now, though, Moonhead on the rear bumper of Michael Cozy Jr. on this restart. Lights are out on the pace truck.
And what happened before in the reverse order.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a little bit of time for revenge, or Moonhead seemed to be one of the only people that can keep up with Cozy here so far. So we'll see how he does in that 01.
But Frisch has been good as well. And then Champagne caught him, but that was on different tires. Through 3 and 4. Back to the restart zone. Here we go. Cozy kind of brake checked the field there.
Cozy gets a great jump, tries to shake Frisch from the outside, doesn't quite clear him, and that's going to open the door for Moonhead underneath of the 58 as they go through turns 1 and 2. Moonhead underneath of Frisch heading down the backstretch. Frisch cuts off, and no, my Lancer, that could have been suicide.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get turned by Moonhead. I guess not.
And now we're going to see what Frisch can do. He's back on the bumper of Cozy heading down into 1 and 2. He's locked on there.
Just got punted by Easterday, and he saved it.
Up at the front, that bumper is the black bumper of the 99 is now scraped all over the front of the 58. They are super close.
68. Oh, that's Cadell back into the inside wall. Now the caution's out as KG went by.
Oh, Frisch just spun in turn 2.
Oh, Frisch is around. And DT had to go behind the pit wall to avoid it. Look at DT down here in the right-hand corner.
There's a bump at the end of that, DT. Watch out. There is a bump at the end of that pit road, too.
Frisch,
careful.
Was the caution for him? Let's take a look. No, this is off of 2. This is off of 4. Coming down the front. I thought the caution was for Cadell because KG drove by him.
Oh.
Cadell spinning in the top. Heading down into turn number 1. Cadell right on the back bumper of the 99. And he turned. He got into Cozy, and then Moonhead stacked him up and spun him around. But by then, the caution was already out. So the caution was indeed for Cadell. But Frisch is an innocent bystander and gets turned around. Frisch is on pit road right now.
I don't know if I would call Frisch an innocent bystander on that one. He did get into the back of Cozy pretty hard.
I mean, yeah, but...
Yeah, man. Yeah, you got a point. You have a valid point. Valid counter argument.
But now we are just about in the window to make it to the end, but we still have 5 guys that decided to stay out, make it 6. Cozy, Travis Brown, Sloppy, Easterday, Cuthbertson, Keenan, Kusan.
Also Davin.
Yeah.
And now the front just gets interesting. Moonhead, the only person to pass Cozy under green, under race conditions.
Yeah.
So far this race. Everybody else passing him by virtue of yellows and or pit strategy. So now, what does Moonhead have? And Sloppy inherits 3rd place. The 3rd step on the podium. Haven't seen much out of the 8 so far this season. Solid runs, solid midfield car so far. Now he's up towards the front, so now we got to see what he can do.
Yeah. Closing in on just 50 laps to go.
I could really use one of those hot dogs right about like chili, some cheese, a little bit of onion. Oh man.
We're going to be without the hot dogs next week at Michigan when you'll be out on the racetrack.
Yeah,
in the
that'll be
9
fun.
car, making your core official debut.
Yes, not just the fall brawl.
Yeah. Cadell is back on pit road in the background. Meanwhile, everybody else is on the racetrack as we've got 1 lap to green.
And I think... I think Frisch pitted, didn't he, under that? Not sure.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, that would have been why he didn't get that spot back then.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Green flag.
Cozy, great jump.
Sloppy got
Sloppy,
a little
not so
sideways.
great. Sloppy, not so great. The 2 Moonsport cars. Right. Oh, look out. They're
Trouble.
wrecking.
KG's around. Big crash. Cosman.
Keenan.
They wrecked
First
further
of all-
up the road as well. Yep. Big crash. Turn 1. So they made it an 1/8 of a mile maybe at best. Here's the replay.
We made about 40 feet.
Oh my goodness. Hard shot for KG into the inside wall. Here they go through. This is through 3 and 4 here. It all started when Champagne got into the back of the 28.
I'm not sure where Champagne was trying to go there.
Yeah, he was just trying to force a hole that wasn't there. He gets hit by KG off the exit and tries to shove it up the middle again, going to turn 1. Gets to the inside, the 28. They're almost 6 wide here. Oh, I see. He bounces off of Cody, comes down in front of KG. Nowhere for KG to go. Cody gets a shot and gets into Kusan. And then Cosman goes around in all of this. I'm curious to see how he gets involved other than just bouncing off the 06. So you'll see it here. Boink.
Cosman.
Boink.
Cosman is
Oh,
something.
Frisch ran him over. So it was Michael Frisch that ran into the back of Cosman and got him around.
Cosman went flying around the track.
It's
Got-
not Frisch he's mad at. I'm watching
No,
it
it's
here.
Champagne.
Through 3 and 4. And it's Gary Owen in front, and he's going to go and have some words with the 23 of Justin Champagne, right? About...
don't think
maybe he didn't hit him. Workman's
I
got an
think he
update. What you got?
I'll give you. I unmuted it.
There we go.
There you go. Well, talked about earlier, at some point, people will lose patience. At some point, people will start to lose talent, as we've seen with this last caution. And because of that, I am my last hot dog. So, I don't know. It's some bad times right now. We'll see what happens.
That we will. And looks
Indeed.
like we've got 1 lap to green. Yeah, and Cosman just came onto pit road.
I'm not sure if Cosman was going to park it or what, but he was not happy. Not happy after that one. I feel like he thinks Champagne is to blame for that one.
He went to pit road so he could start at the back. Took an EOL there. So through 3 and 4. Getting ready to go back to green. Here from Martinsville. 49 laps to go on the restart. Green flag.
And again, Sloppy from that 3rd spot did not get a good run. Rusty going to dump off and drive to the back of the field there. Ooh!
Oh, he almost did it again.
Gravity.
Moonhead.
A little bit of a bump there to his buddy, his teammate.
And look at how much room they've pulled away from everybody else now into turn 3.
Yeah, I wonder if that 8 is slowing everybody up on that bottom side.
It did.
Oh,
Easter
stack
Day
it up.
stacking up.
Oh, Sloppy cut the nose off Easter Day there. Had to brake check the rest of the people behind him. That could have been a disaster.
And Frisch just drove it in and almost got into Champagne, who's on the outside.
I feel like a lot of people might have be doing that on purpose, but I can't really know for sure.
We'll see when Cosman gets up to him. Other than that,
Yeah, if Cosman gets there, we might have to have a
man,
discussion about
Frisch.
Atlanta.
Frisch is sending it up the outside, but just can't get anywhere.
Yeah, if that's stuck, that outside groove is not where you want to be.
Oh,
If you want
Cody
to be
just got dumped.
Who just got dumped?
Got into Champagne. Oh, my goodness, they saved it. Gary Owen picked the rear tires up of the 28 car, up off the ground, and he got into Champagne, but they all saved it. Back to turn 3.
Turn Frisch underneath of Champagne. Frisch probably driving a little bit frustrated.
Yeah.
Should be up there towards the front. Got booted. Under caution, nonetheless. And Cosman now sits 2 cars behind him. or between him and Champagne. So now he's looking to make it one car between him and Champagne.
And he's gonna do it.
This is it's getting spicy.
We're gonna keep an eye on this as long as Travis isn't trying to make a run for the lead, which is not right now.
Have not, yeah, no, he'll keep you updated on that if I see anything like that. Sloppy now holding third pretty strongly. Cuthbertson in fourth with Easterday right behind him, and Drive-Thru in sixth.
Now it looks like Cuthbertson's holding everybody up.
Yeah, man, that might need a little bit of bumper there, Ben. So now Cosman still separated by one car.
Comes Frisch now underneath. Of
Frisch
Gary
working.
Owen for the 7th
Frisch.
spot. Got it.
Frisch trying to get into position here when these green flag stops, if there are going to be green flag stops. Whenever these pit stops happen, he wants to be in position to put himself on the podium. Put that 58.
Well, it's just going to be the guys up at the front. The top 5 are all going to have to come in, or the top 6 rather, are all going to have to come in for fuel. It just depends on if they're banking on a caution. If we don't get that caution, then they're going to be in trouble.
And Easterday might be losing a little bit of patience here with Cuthbertson. Look underneath of him.
And GT had to cover the spot from Frisch going into turn 1.
And Frisch is a man on fire in that 58. Drive-Thru did the smart thing, covered the path off. Is now going to take the spot from Cuthbertson, and that's going to allow Frisch to come along with, unless Cuthbertson can get a run on the outside, which I haven't seen anybody do all night, so I don't anticipate it.
Nope.
But I have been wrong before, and it will probably happen again. So.
And what Sloppy is closing in on Moonhead for that 2nd spot.
Yeah, I wonder if Moonhead is burning off the rear tires again, like he had talked about. We had talked about this before.
He throws his
issue
tank
in Iowa.
off, and I think it's because he knows he needs to pit. But might as well try and build as much of a lead as he can.
I wonder if
so if there is no
he's
caution,
actually.
he can
I wonder
save
if the
himself.
Drive-Thru runs Frisch down to the wall, but he's not going to be able to close the door.
Frisch saying no, thank you.
Frisch going to take that spot underneath the Drive-Thru into 3 and 4. Here they go. And now Owen looks underneath as well, fellow Canadian, as we saw Canadian on Canadian violence at the Canadian track last week. So we might see some more here. Never know.
It was between the others. It was between Kusan
Keenan.
and Owen.
Keenan and Owen. They had a Canadian train on that outside lane at the start of that race. And I wonder if this might be a play by Moonhead here to try to hold the field up to give Cozy a good shot.
Oh, man, they almost made contact there.
And I don't know if Champagne has dialed it back, but we have not said a lot about him so far. He's been on that outside, though, so. Now Drive-Thru stuck on the outside. Needs Owen to clear him, but here comes Champagne.
Oh, man, hang on, guys.
That 23 has not made a lot of friends this season, and he's striving to not make any more, so Owen's gone.
And if things don't happen here, expect him at Bristol in 3 weeks.
Oh, man. Everybody kind of easing up now. Cadell looking a little bit underneath of Champagne. Overcook's turn 3.
Cosman just got a little loose off of 4 there.
I wonder if Cosman's down on power after that accident.
I don't know about that. He did already use his fast repair, though, so possible. Here comes Frisch. Underneath Sloppy. This is for 3rd. Got it.
Frisch going to put himself on the podium in that 58. Now, I would say, is your de facto leader of this race when pit
here we
cycle.
go. GT's blocking Champagne all the way down to the wall.
And Champagne did that with Frisch when he came by. Not going to go down quietly in that 77, and you like to see it. Make him earn it. Might be a little bit. Might get a couple more pats on the back, depending on how hard he drives Champagne as well. Champagne gets loose off of 4 there.
Going to cost him some time.
Cost him a lot of time. He's going to fall into the clutches of Cadell here. He's not careful. And Owen looking underneath of Easterday. Still hanging in. He's gone. And he's back. And Champagne reloaded that 23. Now look, he's going to try to make a move coming into turn 3. He's a little far back, but that has never stopped him before.
Yeah, I don't think he really wants to send it in on the league owner.
You never know with these guys.
32 laps to go here at Martinsville.
Decent green flag run going so far.
Yeah.
Everybody, Cozy just checked out. Fresh past
it's
Moonhead.
over 2 seconds. And Frisch did get by Moonhead, and here comes DT again, blocking the 23 into 1.
Not going to let him have it easy. This could play well into Cadell's hand if he plays this right.
This could play well into Cozy's hands and cause a caution.
That also will help him a lot. As we coming in, we got 30 to go.
31 here at the line.
You're right. Famous ORN math strikes again.
Well, now we're at 30 to go. You are right. My scoring was just late.
Oh, well, then, yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, Easter!
Whoa!
What happened there to Sloppy?
Not even sure what just happened.
DT and Ben almost made contact there. Sloppy looks like he has more damage now than he did earlier, but now the battle's between the 77 and the 53.
Where was he going? He came down right on Ben. He's turning left there. I'm not sure where he was thinking he was going.
DT got sideways. He hangs on. And Gary Owen now to third, getting by Travis Brown.
Owen on a quiet charge through the field.
Oh, Easter Day. Well, Gary Owen and Frisch both pitted, so they can make it to the end. And Frisch is closing in on Cozy. The gap is now back under 2 seconds.
Trigger on that pit stop. That would be my guess. Ooh, Travis sideways in the turn, too.
Also sideways.
Dirt tracking it here at Martinsville. 2 weeks for that, guys. 2 weeks.
And drive-through blocks again.
Things are heating up. Cosman makes the move on Cuthbertson.
Brian.
Doesn't get a good run out of the turn, though. It's not going to help him out.
25 laps to go this time by, and Frisch has closed the gap in under a second and a half.
He's getting to about half a second in
Cuthbertson
2 laps.
Saved it.
At this rate, he's going to be up to Cozy in another 2 or 3.
Won't be long.
Although when Cozy pits, he's going to be a man on fire in those freshies.
Yeah, but he's going to need a caution. Save him, I think. Because if you pit, everybody else is pretty much going to have to pit at this point.
I think we're on a watch what the leader, well, the quote-unquote leader does. The lead not pitted car.
If we see enough guys stay out, then I think it might work in their favor. But if the majority comes onto pit road, the guys that come onto pit road are going to have the upper hand.
And green flag stops are the hardest to pull off.
Yeah.
As a driver, there's a lot of focus you have to do to get your car back under speed, the appropriate speed before you hit pit road. So you're going from race speed to pit speed in like 3 seconds.
Well, guys, here's something to think about. Obviously, yes, if this race goes green the rest of the way, those top 5 to 6 under the last caution that did not pit, they will obviously have to come down to pit. And everyone else who did pit, they most likely can make it to the end of the race. However, if we do get a caution here in the next 10, 15 laps or so, you got to imagine that everybody's going to have to come down from pit road for just how worn the tires are, even for those guys that did pit last time.
Yeah, I think the guys that didn't pit who are gaining this ground right now as Owen is now starting to fall back. It looks like he might have burned off his stuff. Might not be a bad move if you're already up towards the front to take that pit if everybody else is going to go too. Then you'll have fresh tires and the track position. So
the gap is under a second between the 2 leaders. Frisch is closing in.
And drive through underneath of Easter Day. That spot is for 5th.
We've been going after this for the last couple laps. Got 19 to go. Make it 20 to go. I can't count.
Famous ORN math. Doo-doo. We need a graphic for that.
Be on the screen every 5 minutes. The underneath, and he's gonna. Oh! Got 5th at the line. Today drives it in hard. Drive through to P5, trying to get back to the podium for every week. He's finished 3rd or better every week this season.
And that's good for him. He was the points leader heading into CTMP.
Yep.
Couldn't get the win. Stayed on the podium though. That's going to help his points effort. If he wants to be
the top 2 in this race right now are the top 2 or part of the top 3 in points with him, Frisch and Cozy.
They're going to want to try to get as many points out of this race as he can, as he's now all over the back of Moonhead.
Oh, he got into Moonhead. Oh, he turned him.
Punted him.
Oh, and
That's
Champagne's in him. Oh, up and over.
Oh, that's our second roll.
And he's parked. Oh, he's going to have to tow.
He's
Oh, no.
upside
Travis Brown
down.
is killed. He's parked on his roof, and I don't think there's anybody near him that can nudge him back over onto his wheels.
None of the leaders are going to do it. Rusty, maybe no.
Rusty went by too fast. Oh, no. That is such a shame, and that's going to save Cozy, I think.
That's going to put him a lap down, too.
Yeah, well, he's going to be multiple laps down because he has to tow. But he's already a lap down from sitting up at the top of the racetrack. Let's take a look.
I think I heard Rusty say that he was going to get him next time by, so I guess we're going to have to wait and see. Yep, here he comes.
Just going into 3, and DT sends
Rescue
it
squad.
in. Sends it in. He got a little bit loose, and I think DT was going to check up, but he had the 23 already behind him. Got into him. 23 went to the top, and he shouldn't have done that. Boinked into Moonhead and up and onto its lid.
I'm going to need you to go ahead as well and just see the silliness that was Rusty flipping Moonhead back over.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go. So you'll see Rusty enter stage right.
And then as he's on his wheels, the pace truck comes around and does the drive-through.
Boink. And lands it. And... oh, no! Oh, my gosh. The leader has damage now because of Rusty. Oh, and Justin Champagne is going to be second on this restart. Oh, my God. DT and Champagne are the only two cars that stayed out. Everybody else is on pit road.
Boy. Drive-through pitted close to the mark for the fuel window.
Well, he's going to make it, especially with the caution. I'm more worried about him getting punted by the guys that are on fresh tires. Cozy third, Frisch fourth, Gary Owen fifth.
That's not the lineup he needed to
Plus,
see.
he's got Champagne to his outside, who's already pretty aggressive as is. Now, if Champagne can, kill some people.
Probably. Well, I mean, he's on the outside, so he doesn't have anybody to punt except the pace truck at this point. So, I don't know. I don't know. It's going to depend on. It's all going to depend on who gets what on what position on the restart. Driving gets a whole shot into one. He's going to have a shot to hold on to that spot for as long as he can.
This is Travis Brown does have a fast repair at least, and he just used it.
He's got a long way to go with only 13 to go.
2 laps to make up in 13 laps. It's possible, as long as we get a caution, that he can get put back on the lead.
I don't know if they're going to give him any of those laps back because he waited upside down.
I would imagine at least once. At least one.
That would be my assumption as well.
I think he would have lost more laps by just taking the tow than he did with the Rusty tow service coming in and putting it back on his wheels. We're going to have a restart here with 11 laps to go, it looks like.
Yeah, Rusty's rescue service came in, flipped him back over.
Yep.
I'll just let you guys know our top 2 right now, they are on 35 to 40 lap old tires.
Oh, that's bad.
Well, yeah, DT pitted 47 laps ago, Champagne 45 laps ago.
All right, I think drive-through, the only chance he's going to have here is he's going to need to get the whole shot on Champagne going into one so that these guys can work on Champagne and let him get a little bit of a gap, and then it's just going to be a matter of prayer.
This is going to be something.
11 to go, the restart of the stripe. 11 to go.
Yeah, 11 to go this time. This is going to be Martinsville 2012 in a nutshell.
Here
we go. Green flag, DT on the gas early. But
Cozy, trying to get the whole Cozy already gone. Here he comes. Already by Champagne, and he's already to the back bumper of drive-through. Has to lock it up so he doesn't punt the guy. Oh my lens!
Oh,
these guys
gets turned.
No.
And Frisch and everybody. Kusan cautions out finally. Gary,
They're wrecking. They're still wrecking. They're still wrecking. Frisch is in the wall.
So Frisch got into the 99, turned him around. Gary Owen picked the rear tires up off the 58. They go up the hill. Gary gets a lot of damage. Easterday misses it. Kusan plows the 58 of Frisch, and then KG comes flying in. Oh,
I think that's a case of fresh tires on old tires. I don't think they expected.
Well, they just stacked up so much behind DT. You're right, and just they ran in the back of each other on the bottom. We've seen it so many times tonight.
And not really sure where KG thought he was going.
He just floored it and said, "I'll hell with it. I'm gonna kill him."
And that's
Cosby got by Cuthbertson on the outside. Sloppy parked it and missed it.
Driver's going to lead the race. We're probably going to have, what, 6 or 7 to go?
Yeah.
If he can drive like he's never driven before.
Tell you what, I think Michael Frisch is about to get lapped here. And he is.
No,
Michael Frisch is 1 lap down, so his race is over.
That is unfortunate.
And we have 16 cautions tonight. Only 2 more to tie the record.
Ugh.
Remember, we have 3 green-white checkered opportunities, so it's possible. Rusty gets the free pass here. Rusty's back on the lead lap. So now Frisch would be eligible for the free pass and not Travis Brown. That's going to keep Moonhead stuck. He's going to be stuck here.
Not going to have a shot at this, it doesn't look like.
We're not going to overtime yet, though. We'll get a restart with, I think, about 5 laps to go. But if we get another caution here, we'll most likely be going to core overtime.
Drive-through is going to have to drive like he's never driven before if he's going to want to win this race. His tires are old, tires are dead. He's got champagne on the outside. Guys with fresh tires behind him. Cadell has been quiet all night. He's been up towards the front. He's been falling to the back. Here he is in 3rd, and Cosman rebounds to 4th place on this restart.
How about Jonathan Cadell? His first career course start. He sits 2nd row on the inside.
Yeah, he bounced backwards early on in the race. Hung around the midfield for a while. Was up towards the front at the start as well. Started outside row.
Yeah.
So you know he's fast. You know he's got that speed. But now can he pull the win in his first start? Heck, I'd retire if I did that.
Here we go. It looks like we are indeed going to get a restart with 5 laps to go.
Cozy has used a fast repair.
I think so here. Yeah, he was only in his box for 14 seconds, so he used his fast repair here. So.
And oh boy.
We've got Cosman in 4th, and Easterday and Cuthbertson. Keenan Kusan is somehow still alive, even though he had somebody on his hood. His car's beat to hell. Go 3 back here.
He's determined to limp that Kia across the line.
I mean, that thing is not a happy-looking Kia. And it is still in contention to win. Actually, he still has damage.
Might be the damage model.
No, he didn't use his fast repair then if he still got damage. Here we go. Green flag. DT almost got run over by Cadell.
Bad start. Bad start for that 77. He needed that whole shot. He's gonna have to give these guys somebody to battle with. He's wanted to make it.
The champagne just got turned. Cosman just delivered the return, and we're going to overtime.
They're still wrecking.
Cosman just delivered payback.
Wow.
We knew it would happen, and he did it going into turn 1. Unbelievable. And we're going to overtime once again. I think Easterday was the one that got into the back of Cosman, and Kusan piled in there as well.
Yeah, they were wrecking still behind that wreck.
So Justin Champagne had it coming. He had it coming. And Cosman with the punt. And that's going to put Jonathan Cadell on the outside row, I think, for this restart. Actually, it looks like it's going to be Cosman here.
Oh, man. Cosman can still win this race. His car's a little beat up.
Beat-up race car.
That car is it's got more paint on it that doesn't belong to him than any of the other cars on the track.
Gotta wonder if there's gotta be some rule that could cost Cosman some points for that payback. I'm honestly not sure. That'll be determined post-race.
Yeah, that's gonna be a review by the officials on that one, and we will be reporting on that one when
Michael Frisch gets the free pass and is back on the lead lap, so Travis Brown still has an opportunity to get back on the lead lap. We just need to use all 3 overtimes now.
Yep.
Still stuck 2 laps down, and we are using our first overtime here. And lights are still on the pace car. I mean,
I didn't think we would have a green by checker here. I really didn't.
Honestly, so much has happened in this race that I forgot that those two were even mad at each other. Look at this. Look at this. We are 1 caution away from tying the record. We have 17 cautions.
Oh, no. We have, what, 3 green white checker chances?
Yes. So
the record could get broken. We have our first green white checker of the season.
Workman tells us Cozy has not used his fast repair.
What do you mean he's telling us he hasn't? You told us he did use it.
Well, he was told alternative facts, so he has not used it. Which explains why his car looks the way it does. And lights are still on. We're still going.
And I think as they sit right now, drive-through would be the points leader.
Oh yeah. With with Cozy so far back, DT would in fact be the points leader. Plus, Frisch is at the back of the grid. Although Frisch is still 20 points behind Cozy and drive-through, but only a 1-point gap up at the front between DT and Cozy. So drive-through would indeed be the points leader. As long as he can finish like at least one spot above Cozy in the top 5, he should get it, even though Cozy won a stage. Or no, Cozy didn't win a stage, did he?
Nope. I
No.
don't think so. No, we didn't talk to him.
DT can tie it as long as he beats and could outright take it here. 1 lap to green.
First green white attempt of the year in core.
No.
No? Oh, I wasn't here for that.
We used at least one at Daytona.
Yeah, I wasn't here for Daytona, so that would explain that.
I can't believe we didn't use one at Lanier.
Nope.
Dang. Oh, here we go.
Nope. Despite everything, that race finished under green somehow.
Oh my god. Here we go. Green white checker number 1. DT's getting the rear end picked up off the ground by the 68. Here we go. Oh boy.
Great start by that 77. He's going to take the lead and about a car length into turn 1. Now he's going to make it drive behind. Cosman walks up. That's not going to look good. That's exactly what drive-through wants to see behind them. Side by side behind him. Now he's going to lead them into turn 3 and 4 and coming to take the white flag this time by.
Next flag ends the race as they can get the white flag off of 4. We're not breaking the record. 1 to go.
White flag out for the 77. He's got to be quite nervous. Tires are old. He's feeling tired. The only person who can make a move is Cattell. I don't know if Cattell's going to get there.
I don't think he's going to have to send it.
Use the bumper.
Trouble, Lul around the background. Never mind. Drive-through gets turned.
Oh, he
Jonathan
gets him.
Caddell.
Oh, he got him.
The bump and run. Jonathan Caddell wins at Martinsville.
What a finish, Caddell, in his first start in that 68 with the bump and run out of 4 to take the win.
Incredible.
Incredible finish.
The bump and run, and he didn't even have to kill him. Jonathan Caddell does what he has to do. There was a lot of chaos on the last lap. Gary Owen went around. Cozy finishes 10th, so drive-thru's going to leave here with the points lead.
What a finish here. Caddell in his debut race in the 68.
Justin just clobbered him. How fitting. How fitting. That car was beautiful until 20 seconds ago.
Wow.
Incredible. It hasn't happened in a long time, but Jonathan Caddell is your race winner, and we're going to need him to pop into Discord eventually here. We'll start with the interviews here. We'll start with our third place finisher, Mr. Where Did He Come From? Because honestly, I don't know how he got here. Ben Easterday finishes third. Let's talk to him now.
Third step on the podium after an up-and-down race. Ben Easterday, how you feeling, man?
Feeling good, man. How are you doing?
We are doing great. What a finish there. We had no idea where you came from. Suddenly you're in third place. Walk us through that green-white checkered.
Yeah, it was just, there was a bunch of dumping going on in front of me, so I was just taking the positions. And then on the second to last lap, I got moved a bit, which caused me to get into Cosman there and actually kind of benefited from that and got able to pass him on the inside for the last lap.
So you're early on in the race. You take that slap from Moonhead as he was spinning in front of the field. Were you worried at all? You said the car felt good after that, but I don't know. Tell us about your race. Tell us a bit about how that all went.
I was worried about the damage, but once I took the green and realized it wasn't really hurting me. Like later in the run, it was hurting me middle and exit, but other than that, it was just good. And then I just decided to take my fast repair on the last stage and ride it from there.
And you had a good view of that bump and run there at the end, so that had to have been fun to watch as you came across the stripe.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Like that was as clean as you could get. But I mean, if DT got spun, that would have been second for me. So I would have benefited from that greatly. But he's a good driver. He saved it, and I think he's going to be on top of the points now after this race.
Yep.
Indeed. So, as always, anybody want to say hi to? Anybody want to thank before we kick you on out of here?
Yep. Hi, everyone that's watching. Thank you so much. I hope it was entertaining in the booth there, and thank you all for commentating the race. It's always fun to re-listen to it after I'm done driving.
Well, we appreciate you competing, putting on the show, and we will see you next week in Michigan.
All right, thank you so much.
There it is, your third place finisher, Ben Easterday. Now let's talk to the man that finished second. Drive-through, so close once again, but he keeps the streak alive. Yet another top 3 finish,
and the points lead. How are you, man? Have you stopped the sobbing?
Oh man, yeah. Well, what a night. I mean, we knew Martinsville was gonna be crazy, but god damn. I feel bad for Travis because I definitely gave him a little boop, but he looped it and then apparently got flipped over. It seems like it was quite a mess in the back. I was ready to make that strategy play all night long, pit early, and then just stay out because they're gonna keep wrecking. And it happened, but as soon as Cadell got clear, I knew he was coming. I mean, I tried driving away from him in the last quarter, but he still got me, and I'll give him that. That might be the one of the cleanest bump and runs I've ever seen.
Well, you graduate from the third step, you move to the second step. That top step will elude you, but the champagne still tastes the same. And you're walking out here with a points lead, so you looking to make a run at that at the end of the season?
I mean, listen, I don't gas myself up too much, but 5 races and I haven't finished better than second. I haven't finished worse than third. I don't think anyone's had any consistency in this series, but I know it's going to get all crazy next week in Michigan.
Michigan is a bit of a demon. So talk us through the race. I mean, you bumped a little. Any point in the race you didn't think you'd be here?
I mean, there was a lot of give and take. Once Champagne and Frisch got ahead of me, I thought they were gone, but I mean, they got swept up. So yeah, the whole last stage, I was just waiting for it. I knew I was sitting in the back. I knew I'd pit early. I timed it right, and it was pretty much how I wanted it to be, how I drew it up, except for me getting moved in the last turn.
And so we got to ask, did you feel it was clean? Or you got to congratulate him?
Oh, the bump, hell yeah, that was great. Yeah, I mean, you see, he got me. He didn't dub me. I still finished second. I mean, I'd love to win the damn thing, but I mean, that's about as good as it gets. Otherwise,
bringing that 77 onto the podium for the 5th straight race has got to feel pretty good. Anybody want to say hi to? Anybody you want to thank before we kick you out?
I know they're not on the car this week, but I'd like to thank again Apex Visuals, doing photography down there in Virginia. They jumped on the car last week. They're going to be on a few more times this season, and they've been real supportive of me, so I appreciate that.
Well, good luck the rest of the season. Hope to talk to you some more up here. I'll be on the track with you next week. Hopefully we don't wind up entangled in each other, because I will certainly not let you hear the end of it. And good luck at Michigan next week.
You too.
Bridesmaid once again, drive-through in the 77, your second place finish. Now it's time to talk to our race winner in his first career course start. The driver of the 68, Jonathan Cadell. And of course, he's muted in Discord. Actually, here or not. Okay, he's muted. We're good.
Debut start. Come away with the win. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm telling you, don't get used to that. I'm not good at winning. I'm good at Martinsville. You know, evidently I'm good at the bump and run, but that's just pure luck there. There was just a lot of carnage going on, and I'm pretty good at avoiding wrecks, and there's a lot of those to avoid tonight. So I found myself in the right spot at the right time. And the 77's car said drive through in the back, and I was like, well, don't mind if I do.
Well, that bump and run was textbook. You didn't spin them. You moved them just out of the way enough to take the car to victory lane. It was a rough race for you, though. You started up on the outside row. You fell back a bit during the middle of the race, and you were there at the end. So talk us through your race, man.
I like to play the long game. You know what I mean? I like to make them think I don't know what I'm doing, but I know what I'm doing. No, I just hit the wall a couple times because I suck. And then, like, I said, I'm going to pit. It was somewhere in that last stage that said I'm going to pit. And I did, and then no one else did. And I was in the back. I got caught up in another wreck. And I'm like, all right, well, now I just got to kind of take it easy on the restarts here. And I did, and then they kept wrecking, and I kept avoiding them. And next thing you know, I'm in third on the green, white, checkered. And that's all you want to be at, man.
Well, you started third. Cosman was pretty strong most of the race. Got loose, opened the door. Were you worried that you weren't going to catch drive-through before the checkered came out?
Well, once I cleared Cosman off of 2 there. Well, I cleared him off of 4 going the last. I can't remember. I don't know. All I know is I knew drive through. I was already faster than him on old tires. I'm like, I'm gonna be way faster than him on new tires, and I was. And I knew he thought that freaking bump and run was coming, and he was right. So I was like, well, we're just gonna send it in turn 3, see what happens. And luckily, he saved it. We didn't try to do some Bubba Pollard stuff over here and wreck the field behind me and get disqualified. This ain't the Snowball Derby, man. This is core. It's my first start. I won the race. It was awesome.
Well, we're glad to hear you all pumped up. We're glad to have you here in core. Looking forward to have you here more starts. Before we kick you out, though, anybody you want to say hi to? Anybody you want to thank?
I want to thank Extreme Sim Racing. They've been on board with me for a little over a year now. All my teammates over there at Still Horse Racing. You guys put on the broadcast. Core for sending me the invite tonight. And, of course, I got to thank my boys over at Natural Light. Hashtag sponsor me, Natty. I am sponsored by Natty. I'm about to drink this cold one right here. Hell yeah, boys.
Well, congratulations. Enjoy the Natty. Enjoy any champagne you might have as well. And we'll see you hopefully next week in Michigan.
All right, thanks.
That's your race winner, Jonathan Cadell in the 68 car. What an incredible night.
What incredible
17
finish.
cautions, an incredible finish that I don't think can be topped so far this year. We'll just have to wait and see on that.
And we had
Points
a
are
bumper
being
run
calculated
overall.
as we speak. And actually, I've just been told that they're done, so we get to pull them up right about now. Give it a couple seconds for it to load, and as we get to that, final thoughts here, gentlemen.
I don't know why they call this track a paperclip. Doesn't really look like a paperclip. And the bump and run is a very underrated move in racing.
Well, we got pretty close to the caution record. We didn't break the caution record, but some fun facts is that the last time that we had a driver and core win a race in their very first start, it was the very first core race back in Daytona season 1 with one incarnation. So now Jonathan Cadell has joined that elite group, that elite club with Carnation, and also I think I may go into a food coma because I've had a world record, or I don't say world record, I'd say personal record of most hot dogs eaten in a short period of time. So
And save me any.
I said they got lost in the shipping process.
There you see the points. Drive-through on top with a 9-point lead over Cozy. Frisch way back there in third. Cosman 1 point back in fourth. Then Easterday, and then it's a tight battle between Kusan and Champagne and Cuthbertson from 6th to 8th. We're glad to have you along for the ride here from Martinsville. And boy, what a race. We'll see you next week from Michigan International Speedway. Michael Mertz will be joining us on the racetrack. Trace will be out on the racetrack. Travis Orlone will be up in the booth with me. From all of us here, Coney Workman down on pit road. Trace Ryder to my right, or to my left. I don't know where the hell he's at. I'm Jacob Hitz. Thanks so much for being here. We'll see you next week at Michigan. Jonathan Cadell, your winner for the first time.